Sorry if my mouse is hella loud. I'm just trying to sort out some technical things real quick, but we'll get right into the painting very soon. Should probably check if my wet palette is still wet. That's pretty good. Not too bad. It's starting to get pretty cold, so I feel like the wet palette lasts a lot longer nowadays. During the summer, it would definitely get dried out overnight. Alright, cool. So here's what we got going on today. We have everything base coated. This is a bit of a difficult miniature to do because there is a lot going on. Essentially, if you're not familiar with the character or this scene, he's wearing like a carapace shell armor that he took off some enemies, specifically these guys right here. They're called Parshendi, and they kind of grow this like natural armor on them. Right, so for this scene, he's wearing some like put together armor based off of like the natural grown shells that they make. And so this miniature is definitely a bit difficult because, you know, I gotta show a little bit of like the under brown trousers and like vest that he has on, but then the carapace armor over it. So it's going to be a lot of picking out details and leaving some of the other stuff maybe for a wash or just in this brown base tone, just to not overload this miniature. It's very important. And with the skin tones right now, I think they're a little bit orange compared to the references, but that's okay. I can always just put a filter on them, or a paint filter, not a camera filter, and so that'll probably tone them back down. But also this, I want to see how the overall balance works, right? Because I'm gonna have a lot of reds coming in here very soon, and so I feel like if I have this skin tone be too light with the reds, it's gonna kind of end up looking kind of weird. So that is the plan for today, you guys. How is everyone doing on this Monday morning? Oh, what up? Welcome in Infinite Escape and Raquel. Yeah, this is definitely a very early stream. No worries. Thanks for dropping in, you guys. If you're at work or something, don't get caught, I guess. Hey guys, don't get in trouble watching my streams, or maybe do. And if you do, then send me it, and I'll tell your story on stream here. I'll make great content. All right, cool. So looks like everything is good to go, and we are going to start painting. I forgot my phone does live captions, so I can see what you're saying, but the captions might not be completely correct. Oh, that's cool. That is definitely quite the strat if you don't have headphones. I'll try and speak clearly for the live captions, although let me know if it says something funny. I feel like I mutter a lot sometimes, and so I'm curious to see what the captions come up with. I'm at work, but this is cool to have in the background while I finish up a project. Okay. If a supervisor or something walks by, let me know. I hope they ask what's going on. But yeah, I hope everyone is having a good Monday thus far. It's a little chilly, you know. The trees are starting to change colors a tiny bit, but you can definitely start feeling the chill in the air, so that's exciting. I'm a fall enjoyer, but I'm not looking forward to winter. Although I feel like in a way, I kind of prefer colder seasons. I feel like my my what's it called? I feel like I'm more energetic in a way, right? Because sometimes with the heat, it's just so hot that you feel like doing nothing. It's kind of like melts your brain. But with the coolness of fall and all that, right? You can kind of just like, it gives you the kick to just keep moving or to do something so you can stay warm. I have my headphones. Nice. Well, still, you know, someone might walk by and say, "Hey, what's that on your monitor?" I definitely will. I think it said distress at some point, but I don't think that's right. Huh. Maybe I am distressed. I'm a little distressed about pulling this paint job off, so we'll see if I can do it. Fall is definitely my favorite. Yeah, I wish fall would last longer, to be honest. At least I feel like here in the Midwest, it's fall for maybe like a month and a half, and then we just get like desolate winter until like March or April. So it's definitely a very special time to enjoy. I should be spending it more outside, but I have so many things to do inside nowadays that it's hard to find the time to do it. So I guess that's my call to action for you guys today. Go outside and enjoy the fall if you can. Or if not, if you're stuck inside, well, feel free to hang out with me. I do not mind. Twilight vibes. So this figure is for a book nook that I'm making, right? One of my favorite fantasy series is called the Stormlight Archive. And the final book is going to be releasing early December. And so I have a bunch of miniatures from the series that I haven't painted. And so I wanted to do a YouTube series where I paint and make a bunch of book nooks. Well, not a bunch, one from each book from like a very iconic scene. And so that's my current new project. I kind of wanted to do a project that I could release weekly, if that makes sense. Well, I'm going to try to. That's cool. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing these book nooks start to get made. I'm very excited for the final book of the series. Well, it's like the final book of this story that we've been following, but the world is going to continue. So like the characters that everyone's gotten used to, their story is going to come to a finale, supposedly. But who knows? The author is pretty, well, I wouldn't say infamous for making very long series, but like a lot of characters will show up in later installments or in books in the same universe. So we might see them again, but the main story about them, this is the finale. Here, actually, I think I have, so, oops. I did print out the book nooks already. I should have laser cut these, but it was just so much easier to set it up with the printer. So I'm not sure if this isn't a great angle to show this, but it's essentially a big box, right? But it's the same height as the hardcovers of the book. So on the shelf, I'm hoping for it to be like the hardcover for the first book and then its respective book nook with a little bit of a scene from what happened in that book. This is like one of the most like iconic / culminating scenes from the story. And so I'm gonna try my best to pull this off. I have until December, so that gives me a little bit of reassurance in case I need to take a break halfway through. But yeah, I'm not a very big miniature painter. I try to be good at it, and I try to do it when I get the chance. But generally, something about painting miniatures, it's just like, it's very difficult for me. I have to like really concentrate to get it to look good. But at least today my hands are feeling steady, and so that's why I wanted to take advantage and do this kind of earlier while I had the motivation for it. Did anyone do anything exciting over the weekend? I feel like I maybe remember you mentioning a convention, Infinite Escape, but I might be wrong. Although I think I do remember you saying that. So I hope your convention went well. I mostly spent this last weekend just doing some work, to be honest. So I can't report on anything too exciting, unfortunately or fortunately. I have to leave, but I'm probably gonna come back in a bit. Okay, see you later. That's looking pretty cool. It's looking very spooky. Although I still feel like I should do a spooky build since it's October. I'm thinking maybe a gun from Dead Space. Also, I'm sure you'll do a great job. The caption said you call me Infant Escape. Nice. Yeah, I gotta talk more clearly, or these captions gotta get better. Probably a little bit more of me, but that's funny. I went to a football game and did a 2-mile hike with Reginald. Nice. I'm looking forward to seeing Reggie on the weekend. I have a paper towel roll ready to bonk him with. That is also my PSA. If you guys ever have a paper towel roll, make sure you find the nearest dog to bonk them with. It's a very fun experience. He will bite it. Yeah, last time I tried to hit Reginald with a paper towel roll, he did bite it. He like jumped up and like bit it out of my hand, thinking there was treats in it. But he was led astray. I was just pranking him. What do you guys think about the shield? It's a little bit of a I don't know. I feel like it's very hard to get detail out of this. Like, it has a lot of detail, if that makes sense, but a lot of it is very abstract shapes. So I'm gonna have to think about a plan of attack here to bring out the right details, because I don't want it to just be like red and then black washed. But in the meantime, I'm gonna move on to some of the other armor segments here. Hope the music's not too loud, by the way. I think we might be fine. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Okay. Ooh, let's do this. I'm gonna take a moment to start the live on TikTok as well. I hadn't done that yet. I would start that one last, just because, what's it called? I feel like if I'm not doing something on the live in TikTok, like people just like immediately, like I'ma head out. So I always start that one last when I'm actually in the middle of what I'm doing. Hold on, I gotta check something real quick. Okay, I'm back. Everything is looking good now. We are back. We are in business. We are doing the early morning miniature painting today. In a way, it kind of is nice to start off a week with a hobby like this. It's pretty chill, it's calm, it's not too stressful. You can kind of feel like you get a lot done in a little bit of time since there isn't so much surface to paint. So I'd kind of recommend it. Good way to kind of center yourself at the start of a week. Maybe get the creative juices flowing bright and early. But I'll give a little bit of recap because I think I said this before there was too many people here. I'm painting a character from the Stormlight archive. He is from a book. In this specific scene, he's wearing like shell armor that he took off some enemies. So it's going to be a difficult miniature to paint because there's a lot of stuff going on. So getting this to look clean is going to be a challenge. But we're going to take it one piece at a time, mostly picking stuff out of the brown base tone color we have here. Let's see here, should pull up a reference. Okay. Got like a chest plate. All right. In a way, I kind of feel like this miniature focuses in on the camera a little bit better. Maybe because it's a bit darker or lighter. No, I think it's because it's lighter. The other guys had black robes and gray skin, and so that probably was not helping their case out at all when it came to the camera trying to autofocus. But yeah, this is essentially our hero character of the scene for the book nook I'm working on. And so I definitely got to do my best here since this will be a focal point of this diorama. I would definitely recommend this audiobook for anyone who'd be curious or interested. Like I said earlier, it's going to be ending in, not audiobook, this book series. The main story, I guess, that we've been following thus far. It's going to be ending in December. So it's a great time to get into it right now. So when the ending comes out, you'll probably be caught up maybe, depending on how fast of a reader you are. Since I listen to these books in audio form, I go through them very quickly. I think I started early September doing a re-listen of the whole series, and I'm already on book 4. And I think that each book is like almost 40 hours or so, give or take. Let's say like 36 hours. I'm not 100% sure though. Welcome in, new viewers, welcome in. Hope everyone is having a good Monday so far. Mine is not too bad, not too bad. Here's where we're at right now. So I've just gone and picked out a lot of the armor pieces here. It's still looking a little bit messy, unfortunately. So what I'm gonna do here to clean up the build or the paint job, I mean, obviously it's still pretty early to start looking at cleanup, but for miniatures it's very important that you kind of define the edges of things. That's what gives you a cleaner paint job, and I'm not too great at this, it's just what I've noticed looks good. So on this one that I painted yesterday, what I kind of did to make them look a little bit cleaner is I used the same red base tone, but this time mixed with with a bit of white to highlight some of the ridges. So you can definitely tell a lot more of the shape definition here. Same thing on this leg. I kind of try to do it on the pec armor, but on the head. You can see this is not a highlight of the light, but it is a highlight of paint. So that is just something I noticed when watching other miniature painters work or their final results. So I'm kind of trying to emulate that here. Although because of the weird shaping of a lot of these armor pieces, it's kind of difficult to get super clean edge highlights. I'm just focusing on kind of bringing out certain details to kind of give it form, right? Because if I compare it to this one that has no edge highlighting done, you can kind of see how it's a bit difficult to pick out where some of the higher points of the armor is, right? Everything is kind of blends in and muddles together. So that is the plan. We're going to be picking out edges and details. Best thing to do when you have something so overly complicated like this. Welcome in, welcome in. Going to lunch, but they look good so far. Enjoy your lunch. Let's adjust my microphone here. Bring that up. Bring this a bit down. All right, back. No matter. Okay, back to this. This is definitely quite a difficult one. Me personally, I am not a big fan of working with the color brown on miniatures. I feel like it's always so difficult to what's it called, get a lot of different tonal variation, if you will, or to get it to cover nicely. Let's get some of this leg armor in here. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. No, sorry, I just noticed I've been out of frame for a while. Sorry, you guys. Appreciate everyone who's here bright and early today. I know it's not the most typical time for a live, but I just kind of felt motivated to work on this right now. And so that's why we're here. So appreciate you hanging out with me this Monday morning. Hope that everyone here is having a good Monday as well. I feel like we're starting to get deep into fall now. Alright, not too bad. We got quite a bit of detail here now picked out. So I think I'm gonna go back actually and start picking out some of the straps that hold all the armor together before I start moving on to very fine details. Right now I'm focusing on just blocking out all of the major detail points. So the main segments of armor, the main sections of the skin tone, and so I guess that the straps would be the last big thing I haven't covered yet. Has anyone here seen Bocce the Rock? I started it, but I never finished it. But I bring it up because apparently today and tomorrow, well, at least around me, there's going to be a showing of a movie where they're gonna recap the whole like first season of the anime. And I think I'm gonna go. I'm not sure if anyone here has seen that movie. But I'm hoping to go to it. I mean, it looks like it'll be fun. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes long though. So it's definitely gonna be quite a journey to go through. But I'm hoping it's good. So yeah, I've seen a lot of good memes and clips from Bocce. So I've always wanted to watch or finish watching. So I think this might be a great way to just like get through the whole series in one swoop. Not that it's a bad series, I just kind of find it hard to keep up or just to continue watching sometimes. Especially when it comes to anime for me. You know, you kind of have to look at the screen, and so it's not ideal when you're trying to watch something in the background while you work on a artwork or something. Because I definitely do listen to a lot of the music from the anime, just because I'm a big J-rock fan, and so they just come up in playlists, and I can't complain too much. They're catchy songs. Here in the back especially, we're gonna have to do something about all the straps. Okay, one step at a time. We're trying to get there. Though I fear that the red I used is a little bit too, or the brown I used is a little bit too red, if that makes sense. So I think I'm gonna go back in with a more dark or more blue brown, if that makes sense. I don't know a lot about colors, but I feel like that makes sense in my brain. So we're gonna run with that. You know what, let me go back to these skin tones real quick. Looks like I have to mix them back up. My brush. Fuck. Damn it. We are back. I had to go hunt for my brush. It rolled off my desk. Make sure to share this live with all your friends that like making things or like nerdy things as well. I always appreciate it. All right, but
Should I get like some of those micro zooming glasses? I think that might be kind of OP when it comes to painting these. I definitely don't have bad eyesight. I just wish I could see closer sometimes. Granted, I am painting with the camera right above me, so if I lean in too far, I'm gonna headbutt the camera, which probably is not good for it. So I definitely have to keep my distance from what I'm working on. I definitely need to buy more browns. For some reason, I feel like I've always had, what's it called, a lacking in my paint supply of grays and browns. Although recently I did just kind of like pull off the band-aid and I just bought a bunch of different shades of gray, because for the longest time I was always like, I don't need to buy gray. If I have black and white, then I have gray. But it's a weird like limitation, I feel like, of only a certain amount of grays that you can make. I know that you can make more grays using blue, but still, it's difficult. Definitely is difficult. Welcome in, welcome in. We're doing some miniature painting right now. I think I might have overdone the shield a little bit. So once that dries, I'll have to go back with the red and bring back more of the detail. I should probably focus on the pants now though. Those are looking pretty dull and a little bit undercovered in paint, so let's do that. I always hate having to shake paints on stream just because I feel like it sounds weird. Here, I'm just gonna use my scientific shaker real quick. So I have this machine that's used in laboratories sometimes where it essentially is this motor. It's kind of hard to explain, to be honest, but there's like the silicone part that like shakes around and you put your bottle on top of it. And if your bottle has a metal bead in it, like mine does, then it'll shake up the paint really well. Just that it's at my airbrush booth, so I can't show you guys. 1 and 2, it's a little loud. If I were to have it on this desk, it would probably shake half of the things off or cause them to fall over. So that is unfortunate, but it's definitely one of my favorite tools. And if you do a lot of painting, then it might be worth the investment. It can seem a bit pricey for essentially what your hand can do just to shake up paint. But I also have the argument that when airbrushing, I might have to use like 15 different bottles of paint. And yes, I can shake all of them, but if some of these have been, oh, thanks for the follow. Clay? No, these are miniatures. They're made from plastic. But if your paint is not shaked properly, then it won't come out right at all. The pigments of a paint, especially for a heavy color, I love these. It makes me relax. Well, you are in the right spot. Welcome in. I appreciate the follow. But yeah, a lot of these paints that have stronger pigments like red and blue, if they've been sitting around for a while, they'll definitely go to the bottom and your paint will be too thin when you go to use it. How long have I been doing this? I'm not a like avid miniature painter, so off and on, I've never really gotten like super into this. What I'm doing right now is I'm working on a book nook from the book that these characters are from. And so I'm kind of like using this as an excuse to get better at miniature painting and more into it. So how long have I been doing this, trying to be good at it? Starting a few days ago. But I have painted miniatures for fun before. So yeah, I'm definitely trying to get better. I'm not the best. Yeah, you should definitely try it out. It's a great activity if you don't have a ton of time to do art, because you can get a lot done in a shorter amount of time. Definitely compared to building cosplay or 3D modeling, this is very refreshing. Just like do a bit of work and get a lot of progress done. I would definitely recommend it. There's a lot of cheap miniatures in like hobby stores. You know, you don't have to go for like the most expensive like Warhammer and stuff like that, but most like comic book shops will have miniatures that are just like 1 or 2 in a pack, and you can just choose what you want. So there's a ton of fantasy characters if you're into that, but I know that there are also a lot of IPs that have miniatures. So like Star Wars And I think I saw some Fallout ones at a convention recently. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I know Star Wars has miniatures, and what else? Can't think of it. I'm gonna try to get you to 1K likes. I appreciate it. The live has definitely been a little bit dry today on TikTok, unfortunately, so I really appreciate it. Feel free to share if you have any friends that are also interested in these type of hobbies. Yeah, I'm trying to grow my TikTok a bit. It would definitely be nice. I make a lot of content on YouTube, so that's where most of my more in-depth or full builds end up, but it's a good way to try and get more people into the to just make them aware of the stuff I do by doing these lives and posting videos on TikTok. So if you're interested, feel free to check out our YouTube. Your like spamming is working. There's people popping in and out of the stream again. Yeah, it definitely is a bit hard to grow on TikTok live, I've noticed, compared to the other platforms. I feel like if your stream doesn't have something like crazy going on, as soon as you go in, it's hard for it to grow. So that's why I put that gameplay in the bottom corner, or top corner, I mean to say, just to see if I can kind of get some people to pause for a second and be like, what is going on? But it has worked okay. I can't say it's worked amazing. Yeah. Man, this is definitely quite the difficult miniature to paint. I might take a break and let this dry for a second and go back to one of these other ones that I was working on yesterday. Thank you. I appreciate for the 1.1K. That was very fast. You have some crazy tapping speed. But yeah. So here's one that I finished. I might go back and do a bit more detailing, but I need to start doing some of this edge highlighting on some of these other enemy characters. So I use a lighter red to kind of pick out the panels and highlights of the armor. So I can't use an auto clicker, but let's keep that between us. Hey bro, no problem. I honestly didn't even know that was a thing. That is kind of a strat. I like the colors. Thank you. Well, I was just trying my best to follow the official paint schemes. Here, I can show you the box. So, there we go. Hopefully there's not too much glare on that. But yeah, these are characters from a book called The Way of Kings. Yeah, the final book is releasing in December. So, I'm trying to make some book nooks of each book thus far. So yeah, we're painting this one right here, Kaladin. He's like the main character of the series. And the other two are not featured on this box. They're from another box set. But they are essentially like the main enemies of the book series. Although enemies is, I'm not sure if it's the best way to describe them, because this is one of those series where it makes you question like who's the good guy, who's the bad guy type thing. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Definitely very interesting looks for the enemies. It's been a what's it called? A challenge. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I live stream pretty often, so I hope to see you in the chat again soon. I appreciate you stopping by though. Nice. I'll be looking forward to it. Thanks for the follow. Stay safe. I appreciate it. You have a great rest of your Monday as well. I'm not sure if I'll stream later tonight, but tomorrow there will definitely be another live stream going on. I appreciate the follow, Jasper. Welcome in. How you doing? Not too bad, to be honest. I'm just painting these minis here. Are you familiar with the Stormlight archive? They're from a book. But if not, there's some pretty cool miniatures. So I'm doing a bit of training to get better at painting miniatures and also making these for a book nook from the book that they're from. So I'm really excited for this project. How about you, Jasper? How are you doing? Hope your Monday is going well. I tried that on clay and it didn't work. Aw. That's unfortunate to hear. Clay is definitely hard. Clay is not something that I'm very good at either. Or like hand sculpting in general. I prefer to use digital sculpting. So if you're interested in 3D modeling or 3D sculpting, I'll probably be streaming that on Wednesday. I have an ongoing project that I'm hoping to finish. But yeah, when it comes to miniatures, I mostly just paint the plastic ones. See if I can get this to focus a little bit better. Some of these characters that are, or these miniatures that have darker color schemes, kind of struggle to focus on the camera. What type of project? So I'm working on some chibis of some VTubers I'm a big fan of. They're about to hit 1 million subscribers, so I'm gonna see if I can finish the project either before or like for their 1 million subscriber like mark. Thanks for the likes, by the way. Thanks for the likes. So yeah, I've been trying to get better at like sculpting anime slash chibi style characters for 3D printing. I made a Fierin already from that show. I don't think you can subscribe on TikTok. You can follow the account, or you already did follow. Yeah, no, don't worry about that. I typically post announcements when I'm going live, and I go live on TikTok and YouTube, so don't worry. You can catch my lives anywhere where it's most convenient for you. I was saying subscribe because I'm also live on YouTube. But yeah, so what's your YouTube channel? It's the same name as my TikTok, so just Crystal Lattice Studio. If you just look up those keywords, it should pop up. I do a lot of cosplay related content. So a big thing I've been doing recently, I've been building a Kaiju number 8 cosplay on my lives. I'm just doing this as a bit of a side tangent because it can get a little bit easy to burn out if you just work on the same thing all the time. You watched me before. Oh, nice. Welcome back. I appreciate your continued viewership. But yeah, we also do a lot of Attack on Titan armor. I'm probably going to do a stream this month where I build an Attack on Titan sword and give it away live. So look forward to that. I'm just figuring out some of the logistics of that before I set out that announcement, but it will be happening this month. I've been trying to do it for some time now. Do I make big ones? What do you mean in specific? Big miniatures or what? Big miniatures.
I do work on other larger style projects, so I do resin statues sometimes, or Gundam. Those are my other hobbies. I can't really print a chibi as large as I want. I'd say the biggest chibi I've printed was like 5 inches tall or so. So that's pretty big for a chibi, considering most of them are like 3 inches max. Did I make a shark? I don't think so. Would you like to maybe give me some more details on what you mean by that? Like, just in general, have I made a shark before? I don't think so. Or do you refer to the kaiju? Because he kind of looks like a shark. I don't blame you if you call him Shark Man. Kind of has that vibe to him. That one? Yeah, so that's an EVA foam cosplay. So it's a wearable suit made out of foam. And I did make that. That's one of my recent like biggest projects, if you will. So yeah, now I'm working on some new stuff. Yeah, that was a really fun build slash video. It was a very intense one too, because I did the whole thing, like the whole cosplay build, in a week and a half, because I had a deadline for a convention. So that was a really exciting week and a half, just trying to get that all done in time. A lot of all-nighters were pulled during those days. So that was definitely quite the challenge. Thank you, I appreciate the subscription. Yeah, if you notice, we're also live on YouTube. So whatever platform you prefer for watching lives, I'll be there. I'm on everything at this point besides Facebook. But yeah, this book nook is a project I'm really excited for. So hopefully you'll be seeing it sometime soon, within the month. You love the music? Nice. Yeah, I like this playlist that I chose for today. It's very chill. It's kind of hard finding playlists that are good for stream. There's a few artists out there that make like royalty free stuff for you to use. Here, let me see. It's called Reflections in Rain. And the playlist is called Moonwalk. It's from a channel called Stream Beats by Harris Heller. So yeah, shout out to him, because those are mostly the playlists I use for all my streams recently. And it's been a great like just background. Yeah, you're welcome. I'd also recommend it if you're just hanging out, I'd say. Good just background music. So yeah, if you can see Jasper real quick, I think that the highlights did a lot to bring out some of like the forms in the armor. I'm not sure if you remember how it looked like before I got to this. You gotta go? No worries, dude. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. Have a great rest of your Monday. But yeah, I feel like the forms are a lot more highlighted now that I went with the highlight color. You're gonna watch my videos. I appreciate it. Yeah, let me know what you think. I hope you enjoy them. Takes a lot of work to put out a video, so I hope that they're good, or that they're enjoyable for everyone watching. See ya.
Mm-hmm. I just realized his bow is silver, not brown, so I'm gonna have to repaint that. So let me hit the back of this real quick. I can't really even tell what part is armor on this. Alright, you guys, think we made some pretty good progress here today. I got quite a bit of painting done that I'm pretty proud of, so I'll give you a bit of a recap on what we did today. We got this guy pretty far along. He's going to be like our main hero character of the book Nook scene I'm working on. So still a lot of cleanup work to do on this one, but that's alright, you know, since it's going to be the focal point of the scene. It's definitely very important that I spend a lot of time on making this one look the best. And we also did some finishing up detail on this warrior right here. So overall, all things considered, I think it was a pretty successful stream. So thank you to everyone who stopped by, who dropped a like, and just came to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. I don't think I'll be doing another stream tonight, but there will be a stream tomorrow where I'm going to keep working on the Kaiju number 8 armor, or I might do 3D modeling, it depends. We'll see, whatever I feel like more. But I'll try and put out an announcement or schedule the live so you guys can look forward to that. And yeah, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. These streams are definitely more fun when I get to see some familiar faces and get to just talk to the general community. So I hope everyone has a great rest of your Monday. And yeah, see y'all later, everyone.